What's going on, everybody? It's the Creative Fro. Check it back in for another episode of What I Wish I Knew Wednesday. And today I wanted to talk about ND filters and why I wish I knew about them when I first started out. But before we dive into today's topic, let me remind you real quick to hit the big red subscribe button if you have yet to already, and also turn that notification bell on just for fun. The purpose of a neutral density filter, also known as an ND filter, is to block out the sunlight that gets into the sensor, and this allows us to open up our aperture higher for a longer period of time. And after we've set our aperture, we can then control the exposure we want just by using this variable ND filter. This is very easy and effective to use, and we can also set our aperture to a lower value for sharper images, and also we can open up the aperture wide open for that shallow depth of field. And this neutral density filter does not affect any color of the images that you take. ND filters really come in hand when you want to blur moving objects in the daytime. It helps reduce the depth of field in bright sunlight, and whenever you need to up your aperture in the daytime, this is going to help cut out all that extra light normally causing your images to become overexposed. I really wish I knew about ND filters when I first started out, because there's been many times I've taken my camera outside in the harsh afternoon hours when the lighting is really coming down as bright as possible, and I was trying to get long exposure photos, and as I was opening up my aperture for a longer amount of time, I would take the photo and look at it and it was overexposed and I couldn't use it. I thought there was something wrong with the camera because at the time I was using a mirrorless camera, so I just assumed, oh, it's a mirrorless camera, it can't do the same thing a DSLR can do. That's wrong, because you can use ND filters on mirrorless cameras too as well, and that's what's going to help you be able to block out some of that light, allowing you to open up the aperture for a longer period of time and capture those silky images you're looking to achieve. And another thing I wish I knew about is the step-up rings. So you don't have to buy an ND filter for every single lens that you have. You can buy one bigger ND filter that fits your biggest lens, and then from there you can buy step up and step down rings in order to make that filter fit on any other camera. So for this one here, I have is 77 to 67 millimeter. So I'll put this on my 24 to 105. And then here pops on the ND filter. And now I can control the neutral density of this lens. So don't go and buy an ND filter for every single one of your lenses that you have, because now I have about 3 or 4 and I probably only needed this one that I have right here. So save yourself some money and buy step up and step down rings. To get a better visual understanding of how ND filters work, why don't you join us back here this upcoming Sunday for Fireside Tech, where I'll jump behind the camera and show you how to use ND filters and all the capabilities it has while taking photos and video. I hope everybody enjoyed today's video. Please like if you did, comment down below if there's anything you wish you knew, and share this video if you think it could help somebody. I can't wait to see you next Wednesday for another episode of What I Wish I Knew. Until then, keep creating.